Welcome to AnimeFan Narrations, Solo Leveling Episode 32, Chapter 82.
He intended to humiliate the temp by pushing him, or at least that was the plan.
What's with this guy? Like trying to move a mountain.
When Lee Sung-gu attempted to shove Jinwoo, he was the one who ended up being pushed back. This only fueled his irritation.
How can an E-ranker be this solid?
Whatever. This guy was still an E-ranker. Lee Sung-gu, on the other hand, was a C-ranker. Even though he was working as a miner due to his lower-tier C-rank abilities, he wasn't about to be outdone by an E-ranker in terms of spirit. However, the temp worker didn't show any reaction to Lee Sung-gu's aggression. Lee Sung-gu's eyes narrowed in anger.
What the hell? Look at this guy.
As his frustration grew, Lee Sung-gu's voice became harsher.
Hey, aren't you going to apologize for bumping into me?
Jinwoo turned to face him. Lee Sung-gu instinctively took a step back.
What the hell?
Jinwoo's eyes seemed to glow with a powerful intensity. Lee Sung-gu was caught off guard, his breath stifled by the overwhelming pressure coming from the man he was trying to intimidate.
I apologize.
No, that's...
Lee Sung-gu stammered, barely managing to respond.
It happens sometimes, sir.
Without meaning to, he added a respectful title. His face flushed with embarrassment. He quickly lowered his head and hurried away from Jinwoo.
Phew.
Lee Sung-gu finally exhaled once he was a safe distance from the temp worker.
What was with those eyes? Why was he smiling like that?
Meeting Jinwoo's gaze for just a moment had made his whole body tense up, making it difficult to even speak. The only thing he could take pride in was not looking away.
Is he really an E-ranker?
Lee Sung-gu couldn't shake the memory of how Jinwoo had remained unmoved when he tried to push him, and those piercing eyes the E-ranker had given him. Forget it. Lee Sung-gu shook his head as if to clear away the unsettling thoughts and quickened his pace.
Damn.
Jinwoo watched Lee Sung-gu walk away, then rubbed his temple.
I guess I was too tense because of the boss.
He hadn't meant to scare the guy. Still, he felt that he needed to work on controlling his presence better. Chiding himself for his earlier behavior, Jinwoo jogged to catch up with the mining team. He reached them quickly, then adjusted his speed to match theirs.
If I walked at my normal speed, no one would be able to keep up.
He reminded himself to move at a pace others could follow. However, as they ventured deeper into the dungeon, the waves of magic power from the boss grew stronger.
My sense stat has really improved.
He was amazed that he could sense the boss from so far away. The boss was in its lair, deep within the dungeon, while the mining team was still far from the entrance. The intensity of the magic power made his heart race.
Can I really focus on work with this going on?
Almost as if answering his concern, a loud shout echoed from up ahead.
1, 2, 1, 2.
The collection team, who had entered before the mining team, was already hard at work. They were pulling the massive corpse of a magic beast with thick ropes.
1, 2, pull.
Since the team was made up of strong fighter-class hunters, they didn't need any machinery to get the job done. Jinwoo observed the various tasks being carried out in this high-level dungeon.
First, the attack team clears out all the magic beasts, leaving only the ones in the boss room.
Afterward, the collection team retrieves the corpses of the defeated magic beasts. Finally, the mining team extracts valuable ores from the cave walls. To maximize the haul, every task had to be done efficiently. Magic cores and ores were valuable, but even the bodies of high-level magic beasts were worth a lot.
Bones, hides, meat, nothing goes to waste from these high-level beasts, huh?
That was the contrast between the creatures found in lower-tier dungeons and those in higher-tier ones. And after all valuable items were carefully extracted from the dungeon,
They'll bring down the boss and seal the gate.
once these 4 tasks were completed, the guild would consider the high-level dungeon fully cleared. However,
If it's just this kind of work, my soldiers should be more than capable, right?
Jinwoo mused as he passed by the collection team's hunters, who were drenched in sweat. The shadow soldiers, having grown stronger, were easily more powerful than the C-rank hunters of the collection team. If he organized his shadow army with specific units for hunting, collecting, and mining,
I could actually solo clear a high-level dungeon entirely on my own.
a satisfied smile spread across Jinwoo's face. His purpose in coming here was to gather information. He felt quite pleased that he had decided to spend his free time here.
Got something on your mind, Sung-si?
The team leader approached him and struck up a conversation. Seeing an E-rank hunter smiling quietly in a high-level dungeon piqued the man's curiosity.
Oh, I was just taken aback by the size of the magic beasts.
Seeming content with this simple explanation, the team leader responded with enthusiasm.
Oh, that's it? Yeah, I had the same reaction. I remember just gawking the first time I saw them.
Sensing an opportunity, Jinwoo decided to ask a few questions.
Even though the regular magic beasts are taken out, the boss is still alive, right?
Of course, the gate only closes once the boss is dead.
In other words, The boss wouldn't be defeated until the collection and mining teams had finished their tasks.
What would happen if the boss left its room?
Well, I don't think that's ever happened. But if it did, we'd all be done for.
It was a simple truth. The raiding party that cleared the dungeon would rest until it was time to take down the boss, and neither the collection nor the mining teams had the strength to face a boss from an A-rank dungeon. Luckily, it was common knowledge that the boss would remain in its room until a dungeon break occurred. Because of this, the team leader didn't appear worried.
Still, knowing such a fearsome thing is right behind us, doesn't it make you uneasy?
Not at all.
Team leader Bay spoke with confidence.
I've been with Hunters Guild for 3 years now. In all that time, we've never had a situation where the boss left its room. You don't need to worry, Sung-si.
He gave Jinwoo's shoulder a reassuring pat and smiled. For a moment, Jinwoo felt a pang of envy at the man's carefree attitude.
They say ignorance is bliss.
Even now, Jinwoo was trying to steady his nerves as the waves of the boss's magic power pressed against him. It seemed like he was the only one in the group who could sense the boss's energy.
All right, we've found our spot.
Team Leader Bay announced cheerfully as they reached a section of the cave where veins of magic ores lined the walls. The experienced miners took their places along the walls without needing any instructions. They dropped their gear and picked up their pickaxes. Jinwoo found an open section of a magic ore vein for himself.
Do I just start hitting it with this?
He felt a bit uncertain. It seemed like if he swung with all his strength, he might end up destroying both the pickaxe and the magic ores.
What should I do?
Jinwoo hesitated, unable to start working right away. Then, he noticed the veteran miner that Team Leader Bay had mentioned earlier, Mok Jinsu. Mok Jinsu was rhythmically chipping away at the magic ores. Each time he struck the wall, pieces of ore fell off with a satisfying sound.
Interesting.
His technique was impressive. The man was working at double the speed of those around him. A gleam appeared in Jinwoo's eyes as he observed. He concentrated his senses, slowing down the world around him. In this slowed-down state, he meticulously studied Mok Jinsu's posture, form, breathing, and the way his muscles moved. The veteran miner's efficient movements played repeatedly in Jinwoo's mind.
I think I've got it.
Jinwoo picked up his pickaxe. Soon he was mimicking Mok Jinsu's technique to perfection. But even though the movements were the same, Jinwoo's strength far surpassed that of Mok Jinsu. Each time the E-rank hunter swung his pickaxe, a significant amount of magic ore fell from the veins. The unusual sound drew the attention of the other miners, who gradually turned their heads toward the source.
Hey,
What's up?
check that out.
Whoa!
What's he doing?
One by one, the miners stopped in their tracks, staring at Jinwoo in disbelief. Even Mok Jinsu paused to watch the new guy at work. Nobody could find the words. The E-rank hunter, who had never mined before, was expertly carving through the magic ore veins with incredible efficiency.
What's going on here? We're supposed to be working, not gawking. Why are you all standing around?
Team Leader Bay had been busy noting the quantity of the magic ore veins when he realized that nearly every miner had stopped what they were doing.
Team leader, take a look at this.
Look at what?
Team Leader Bay turned to see what was causing the commotion. His eyes widened in shock.
Whoa!
He reacted just like the others, astonished by Jinwoo's pace, which was easily 3 times faster than anyone else's.
Team leader, didn't you mention it was his first day?
I did.
Lee Sung-gu, who had been curious about Jinwoo from the start, chimed in.
Are you sure that guy's really an E-ranker?
Absolutely. We verify those details carefully. You think I'd let someone in without checking their hunter's license?
Then how do you explain that?
After observing Jinwoo in action for a moment, Team Leader Bay swallowed hard.
Sung-si must be a natural-born miner.
Even during the interview, Jinwoo's physique had caught the team leader's attention.
I really do have a knack for spotting talent.
A grin spread across Team Leader Bay's face. The alarm on his watch suddenly went off. He glanced at his wrist to check the time.
Wow, it's already that late.
It was lunchtime.
All right, everyone, time to eat.
Yes, sir.
All the miners immediately dropped their tools and started cleaning their hands. Noticing that Jinwoo wasn't moving while the others were heading out, Team Leader Bay walked over to him.
Sung-si, aren't you coming along?
Oh, I'm not that hungry right now.
Still, you need to eat something to keep up your strength.
It's fine, I had a late breakfast.
Oh, well, all right then.
The team leader had hoped to have a meal with Jinwoo and discuss some important things, but he didn't want to press the issue. Slightly disappointed, Team Leader Bay headed towards the gate. As he left, Jinwoo couldn't help but smile.
I can't let a chance like this slip by.
Finally, he was alone. Both the collection team and the mining team had left the dungeon. He had roughly an hour of uninterrupted time. It was the perfect moment to go find the boss-level magic beast deeper in the dungeon. Jinwoo set down the pickaxe and turned toward the direction of the boss room. The presence of a powerful creature was strong from that direction.
I'll just take a quick look.
He wasn't planning on engaging. He simply wanted to see the boss. The mere thought of facing the boss made his heart pound with excitement. He took a deep breath to steady his racing heart and began moving. Following the trail of the boss's energy, he ventured further into the cave. After walking for a while, he finally arrived at a massive chamber. It was the boss room. The tunnels leading there were spacious, but the boss room was even more enormous. Are all high-level dungeons this intimidating? As he pondered this, he glanced at the boss, and the answer became clear. There was a reason this dungeon was so vast.
If that thing ever got out...
At the far end of the boss room, a colossal, one-eyed humanoid magic beast stood menacingly. Jinwoo resembled a child staring longingly at a toy he desperately wanted.
A giant-type magic beast.
He'd heard stories, but this was his first time seeing one up close. These creatures were so massive that their bodies couldn't be removed from the gates. Unless there was a dungeon break, encountering one in the real world was nearly impossible. Facing such a creature made Jinwoo's heart race.
It's powerful.
The kind of power that sent chills down his spine. Yet, it didn't seem unbeatable.
With my current strength?
I can handle this. As that thought crossed his mind, Jinwoo swallowed hard. How many experience points would this monster yield? After spending a week in the Demon Castle, Jinwoo had gained 15 levels.
Thanks for watching Solo Leveling on AnimeFan Narrations. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates. Share your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.